Today I wanted to play a little bit of Minecraft on my forever world, do a little bit of building and a lot of yapping because it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. Nature is healing. Nikki is doing another yap video. So it has come to my attention that I recently hit 6,500 subscribers, which is crazy. For reference, I started off this year with 430 subscribers like on New Year's Eve, and I was hyped. I was like, I'm popping, baby. I'm popping. So it's crazy to think like, hey, I'm about to hit 7,000, which means I'm about to hit 10,000, which is nuts. Going from 480 subscribers to 10,000 ish is amazing. And I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. Genuinely, I genuinely appreciate you. So yeah, okay. All right, enough I love yous, Nikki. Can you please get to the video? So we are playing on the Forever World, and I have a mod installed called Axiom, which lets you, it's like kind of a building mod basically. So yeah, I'm thinking today we'll do a little bit of little bit of building and yapping. So recently I've been wanting to get back into the dating market. Your boy is out on the so I was like, okay, maybe I should download a dating app, right? Because I've never used a dating app in my life. Have you ever used a dating app? Be honest with me, babe. Be honest. Have you ever used one? Did it work out? Dating apps, what a weird one. Genuinely, what a strange concept. I've never used a dating app in my life, but I don't know. I think it'd be kind of funny. To be honest, I want to download a dating app and just be a menace. Like, go on there and get put the best photos of myself on there and just go on like 20 dates. 20 dates, just back to back. I think that'd be kind of fun. Now, I know some people be like, oh, Nick, that's kind of screwed up. But it's not like I'm going on there and be like telling every girl she's the one for me or anything. Like, I'm just talking about going on there and like having fun, right? I don't see any harm in that. But at the same time, maybe people might think that's bad or whatever. I don't know. It's not like, I don't know. I think people honestly take dating a little bit too serious. A little bit too serious. I don't know. That might just be me though. So I think today we'll just kind of tweak this pathway a little bit, maybe make it look a little bit nicer than it is. I feel like we have a good little base here. We have a good little base, but there is some parts that I think could be done a little bit better, a little different. So that's what we're doing. That's all we're doing. Coming in here, texturing things out just a little bit better than we had it before. And then slowly but surely, it's gonna look better. So, I know what you guys are thinking. Nikki, what's up with the sexy hair? Well, I'm glad you asked, because this channel now has a membership, the Sexy Hair Club, and currently we have a couple people in there. So shout out to my buddy Justin, CPZ, and Zuzu. They're all in the Sexy Hair Club. I've gotten feedback from them that ever since joining the Sexy Hair Club, their crushes have been madly in love with them, to the point where they had to actually tell them off, like, babe, leave me alone. You're being a weirdo type vibe. So if you want that type of aura and that type of sexiness in your life, join the Sexy Hair Club today. It's only $5 a month, which is damn near free. Okay, never mind. I was about to start going crazy with the plug, but I'm not going to. Alrighty, results may vary. Okay, results may vary, but what doesn't vary is the what I'm doing here with the bushes, because I think this area needs just a little bit of bushiness, and we'll be good. We'll be good if we do this. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like I was saying, I started off this year with 430 subscribers. I was about to say 480. I'm making shit up. 430 subscribers and almost at 7,000. Babe, be so serious right now. Have you guys ever watched Love Island? I was watching that show with my mom the other day, and the women on that show are ratchet. I'm sorry. Those girls are bad news. I would fall for it. TBH. I would fall for it. Those are the type of girls that get you in all kinds of trouble. But I was watching that show with my mom, and we were just like roasting the shit out of everybody on that show. For those that don't know, where I personally get my swagger from is my mother. So people always want to know, Nick, how you carry yourself with such swagger, how you do it, how you do it. They ask me all these questions. I get it from my mom, basically. I like watching shows like that because I think they're really stupid. But in all seriousness, I genuinely don't understand why somebody would go on a show like that and be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna go on this show called Love Island and I'm gonna fall in love and find the love of my life. Like, I don't think that's the type of show where you would find somebody like that. Like, if you're wanting to find the love of your life, I would personally go to like a library or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, the place where you're gonna find like a wifey, it ain't gonna be on some show. She's gonna be like at work. That girl gonna be working. Can we just, I don't know why I gotta say that, but if you're wanting like a wifey type girl, she gonna have a job. She ain't gonna be at some Love Island show. I'm sorry, fellas. Okay, all right. Enough crap talking for just a tiny bit. Oh geez, I really gotta lock in because talking and blocking is so hard. It is so hard. This is the hardest job in the world right now for me. So recently I upgraded my computer. Well, I didn't even upgrade it. I basically built a new computer and it just happens to be in the same case as my old computer. Man, it was really fun to like, I'm the type of person that I actually like building computers, I guess. And my YouTube channel, the channel's like doing well enough where I was able to actually build the computer with the money that I've made from the channel, which that was just an amazing feeling. So like I've been saying, thank you guys so much for everything. Okay, enough of the sappiness, Nikki. Can we please get back into the building? What the are you doing? Are you actually building? But yeah, it was really cool to kind of realize that, I guess, because when you're in the moment, when you're actually like growing a channel, you don't really think about like, oh yeah, you know, things are going good or things are doing this or doing that. It feels very slow, to be honest. Like actually growing a channel, it feels very slow. It was just kind of a cool feeling to be like, hey, you know what, my channel is growing to the point where I'm able to make enough money and build myself a new computer. So that was like just a cool little feeling. I think honestly, I don't really have a plan for what I want to build right now. I just kind of want to just do something like this little random. But yeah, recently I pretty much just got off of work, so I'm a little bit sleepy. But your boy can still yap. Don't even get me started. Honestly, the best thing about where I work is the people I work with are actually super cool. It's awesome. Like, I've met some of my, like, what I would consider really good friends just working at this really dumb job. So that's like the benefit of working a job, is you can meet just genuinely cool people. I don't know where I was going with that. I was gonna say something kind of profound, but I don't really know. Let's see, what else can we do? I definitely want to add some ambience to this little location. So maybe it's gonna clear out our inventory here. I'm thinking we can do something different, maybe. Ooh, I know what we can do. We need glowberries and we need bone meal. And one of the good things about Axiom is you can like place blocks anywhere like this. Oh, let's freaking go. Let's go, baby. This my shit. Wait, we could like do stuff like that and like put glowberries in the trees. That is lit. That's actually super cool. Okay, there we go. No, this is actually super cool. So Axiom is a mod that I've never used before. And I've been loving it so far because you can do stuff like this where you can add like blocks, like illegal blocks basically, like growing on stuff like this. Oh yeah, we definitely need to add some like right here. So let's take these glow berries, kind of like vine them down a little bit like that. Just kind of dot it up like that. Yo, let's go. Dot it up. And then we could add just a couple on this side. We definitely want one like here. We want this one to be kind of low like that. I feel like this like adds like a nice little ambience to everything. Having like the vines actually grow off of the trees rather than in them. I think it's kind of a cool look. I don't want to do too many. I feel like we're at a good little spot here. Okay, so we need to actually turn on a setting that's no updates. That's the one right there. So if we do something like that, we can just add vines, or we can add leaves on top of the vines like that, so that way they actually blend in a little bit better. Oh yeah, you guys can definitely tell I'm tired. So the other day I was like, oh gosh, I had a girl think I was gay. Maybe not, but basically what had happened was I was talking about girls with this one girl and like coworker, and she's like, or I had saw someone who was like really pretty. I was like, did you see that girl that walked in here? She was so cute. And she's like, oh really, what's your type? She's like, are you into guys, or she's like, are you into girls? Or I was like, anyways, it was just kind of funny. I never knew I gave off that type of vibe, but hey, I guess we're here for it. I was like, hey listen, just because I moisturize doesn't mean anything. I'm just joking, but I thought that was actually hilarious to me that someone was like, we have like a basic little pathway here. What else can we add to it that would enhance what we have? So naturally, we're defaulting back to the oak leaves hanging off the edge of the mountains here. I definitely want some like over here on this side, because this wall looks kind of plain to me. So I think basically my whole approach to building is I just kind of look at the whole picture, and then I'm like, okay, what looks plain, what doesn't look plain, and then I add to it, and that's like my whole little process for that. So I think I do want to get rid of some of these torches just so it's a lot more of an ambient type of mood, type of tang. But we'll see, because we do have to be careful we can't take too many lights away, otherwise we'll have ourselves a little bit of a problem. So where we do take away the lights, we need to like kind of add in like glow berries and stuff, because I want this pathway to be kind of dark actually. Like make the pathway a little bit dark, and then just kind of fill in with glow berries. Wait, you know what we could actually do? Since we don't have to place like glow berries from a like hanging ledge, what we can do is add like bushes like this, right? And then basically add a glow berry like that in the bushes. I think that's actually kind of sick, doing something like that. Yo, that's actually incredibly tough. That is incredibly tough. So we can like do that and basically get rid of some of these torches, just kind of add glow berries around. Honestly, the glow berries sort of remind me of like fireflies in a way, sort of the vibe I'm getting here. Show. I feel like this like wall looks a little bit plain, so what I want to actually do is replace some of it with stone, because I think that'd be like a really easy way to texture this out and just make it look interesting. Honestly, any excuse you can give to like texture your builds is always a good play in my book. Something like that. Now I feel like this wall looks a little bit better just because now it's not all dirt. Now there's like a little bit of stone to break up the monotony of it. And now the pathway at night, honestly, I feel like looks pretty cool. I feel like this looks significantly better than what we had before. This area looks a little bit plain. Maybe we can add some ferns in here. I think that would That would sort of fix our problems. Just add plants, it'll fix your problems. Because originally when I did this pathway, I was playing in survival mode, so I didn't really have like a ton of like ferns that I could throw around. So I'm kind of fixing some mistakes here in creative mode. No, this pathway's, we're starting to cook now. Honestly, I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out, but we're cooking now. Let's see, what else can we do to this pathway to improve it in some way? Maybe we could get rid of some of these lanterns. Like, we don't really need so many lanterns, do we? And maybe this one as well. There we go. Now I feel like it's not as cluttered. Now there's like a good mix of light and dark. Recently, I've been playing around a lot with like lighting. I think that's sort of my style right now, is just playing with lights. I'm gonna hide this chest here with ferns. Blend it in a little bit. See, I feel like this area has a nice amount of weight, but like this area is just kind of weird because I have like a chest in here with just random stuff. I mean, the simplest solution would be to get rid of that chest, but at the same time, it's kind of part of the lore. It's kind of part of the lore. I can't get rid of it, I feel like. Yeah, I feel like this pathway looks pretty good right now. Now let's actually fix this area down here because this is a mess. We definitely want like an azalea growing down here, maybe like right here. And let's see if we can make it grow into something like kind of nice. Oh, wait, that's actually kind of sick. That's actually kind of dope, but I wish it grew like over this way. But I kind of want to keep it. I think that looks fine. Then over here. Oh, yo, let's go. Actually, that's sick. That's actually kind of dope. I wish this one was a bit taller, but that's fine. We might have to rock with it for now. And then what we can do is we can just like extend it out a little bit, or kind of like add to the top where we, because I want this tree to be like a bit taller. Go out this way a little bit, like just be crazy. We can get rid of these torches down here. Nah, hold on, we're cooking now. Hold up, who let him cook, bro? Honestly, who let Nikki cook? This is sick. Oh, this is actually dope. This is legitimately kind of dope. And then, of course, we got to add some ferns around here. Some like that. Some like that. Okay. And we can actually add like leaves kind of draping over here. I think that'd be kind of sick as well. Have these drape down just like that. And we could do the same on this side too. You can honestly never go wrong with just adding leaves everywhere, in my opinion. And we can do the same thing over here, where we have just some leaves going down. I know, I like how I said this was a yapping video, but I ran out of stuff to yap about, so now I'm just building. Honestly, I like the idea of using the oak leaves as sort of this like thing. I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say here. We just kind of fill in with leaves like that. I think that looks a lot better actually than just the glowberries hanging from nothing. Actually, it's kind of funny. This like area is like a different biome, so the leaves are a little bit different, but I think it looks fine actually. I kind of like it. And I want to add like leaves off of the bridge. I think that would be really, really cool. Just kind of hanging off on the side here. And then, of course, glowberries off the sides. No, honestly, this is so dope. This is actually so sick. Yeah, there we go. And then this over here like that. And then what we can do is we can come in with like the oak leaves, and this will give it like a nice little blend almost. Something like that. No, okay, cool. Now I feel like the bridge looks a lot better because there's like leaves actually hanging off of it. Wait, we can actually, wait, that's something I never thought of. Putting azaleas on top like that. Maybe only in a few places though, like that. I think that's a cool little addition. What do you guys think? Azaleas on top of the leaves. That's pretty sick. I like that for sure. I like that for sure. I feel like this pathway could definitely use a little bit of work, like blending wise. So we're gonna grab more podzol and coarse dirt, and we need gravel as well. So let's grab gravel. I'm just gonna kind of come in here and like texture out just a tiny bit. Perfect. Yeah, the coarse dirt, like for whatever reason, leads perfectly into Podzol in my opinion. Just kind of, I feel like this livens it up so much, outlining things with different blocks. I feel like for me, this is like why this world looks as good as it does, is just because I do stuff like this. Yeah, I feel like we're cooking. I feel like we're cooking right now. And then we can kind of come in here with the moss carpet and just kind of fill in like random little spots I feel like looks kind of cool. And then in here, I'm just gonna kind of add like random little leaves around, like a little bush basically, just to kind of liven up the space, fill some space out here. And come in with the ferns, throw these around kind of haphazardly, honestly. I don't really think about fern placement too much. This area looks a little bit plain to me, so I'm coming in with these blocks and then Podzol on the edge like that. Yeah, I'm honestly just spamming leaves, and it is kind of working for me right now. I'm just gonna kind of add like moss over some of the parts just to get like extra depth. It's kind of weird. You can't like overdo it, otherwise it looks too placed. Oh yeah, gravel. I forgot about this one. Okay. Oh yeah, you guys can definitely tell I'm recording this at like 2 in the morning, literally. So right here, the pathway like transitions from like a pretty well-established stone pathway into a more like gradual. So I feel like going from regular stone to gravel kind of gives that effect. And then the gravel moves perfectly into like the coarse dirt, I feel like. So let's come back over here, kind of fill in some of this with gravel. And in the Excalibur texture pack or resource pack, buttons look like rocks. So if we kind of throw these in the pathway, I feel like this will give the pathway extra depth without it looking too forced. I feel like that looks pretty cool. Now this pathway doesn't look so flat. There's actual like depth to it. And we can even go as far as like doing stuff like this, where we just like basically add like cutouts or like make some of the sections like sunken in. I think for now we'll just stick with what we had because it looked fine. But yeah, the Axiom is such a sick mod because you can literally do stuff like this, where you can like right click a block and it changes what it is. Ooh, I know what we need actually. There we go. For some reason that looks better. That looks better to me for some reason. I don't really plan my builds out a whole lot, honestly, but I think this is turning out pretty sick. We definitely need some like amethyst in here, I think. So let's come over here and grab some clusters. Ooh, what if we place them on, growing on the trees actually? Oh, wait, that's such a sick idea actually. That is so sick, hold on. Like as if there's like amethyst clusters growing off the azaleas. Okay, well, let's do that. We are so doing that right now. Okay, and then we can do some on this side. No, this is actually so sick. This is unbelievably dope right now. Honestly, maybe instead of like the big ones, we'll do smalls like this. I think the smalls honestly look better because it's a lot more subtle. Subtle as I put amethyst literally everywhere. What would it look like if I just threw these around the ground like that? That kind of works. I actually like that. That's kind of sick. Just like dot the amethyst around the ground. Oh, Nikki, you're going wild with it. You're actually going wild now. Yeah, actually, this is kind of cool. I like this idea. Having just amethyst growing out of the trees, that is such a sick idea. That literally looks so cool. That literally looks so cool. Okay. And then, honestly, we'll go triple on that one. Or maybe not. Maybe not on that one. Do one up there. And then just add like random little clusters like kind of around the ground. Nah, this world is so aesthetic. This world is so aesthetically pleasing right now. My brain is like being massaged. Ferns here to kind of like lighten up the space just a tiny bit, or like texture it out. I actually like how cluttered this pathway is with like all the stuff that I threw in here. For real. All right, I'm gonna throw amethyst on top here. I think like throwing the big ones on top is kind of the move. Yeah, okay, now this like legit feels like a fairy tale type build. This is so sick. We're cooking now. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little decorative pathway type video. Honestly, this turned out way cooler than I thought it would. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.